Welcome to Pictures of Health, where we practice being healthy and not perfect.
Hi, welcome back. In episode 2, I shared with you how to set and enforce healthy boundaries with a narcissist. And in this episode, I am going to explain how you got on the narcissist radar. You see, narcissists don't target everyone. There are people with specific traits that they look for. And I'll be sharing those traits with you as we go through. I was married to a narcissist, so I know very well the things that they look for. And although I've never met you, I know some things about you if you've been in the traps of a narcissist. Narcissists are very twisted people, and they feed off of their target's emotions. So one of the traits that they look for are people who are empathetic or have a lot of emotions. As I was saying, when I was married to my ex-narc, one of the things he did was manipulate my emotions. And this went on for years until I finally got to the place where I was no longer moved by the manipulation. One of the final incidents that I can share with you is I was driving, I can't remember where we were going, and he had gotten in one of his typical suicidal moods where he would threaten to commit suicide, and previously that would send me in an emotional uproar because of course that's very tragic, until I learned that he had no intentions of doing anything harmful to himself. That was just to move me emotionally. This particular day, as I was driving at a pretty high speed, I'd say about 50 miles an hour, he said I could just open this car door and fall out right now, with as much solemn and seriousness as he could in his voice. And by then I was over his emotional manipulation. I simply kept looking ahead. I didn't look his way. And with as much seriousness as I could in my voice, I said, "Please don't get your guts all over my car." And I kept driving because he had no intentions of doing anything to harm himself. They want to harm us. So let's talk about what makes us a target for a narcissist. A narcissist looks for only one type of person, and that is a prey. And I don't mean the person who is having a conversation with God, not P-R-A-Y, but P-R-E-Y. They look for people who are empathetic and compassionate because these are traits that they can exploit. They actually want you. You're the type of individual that they will look for, scout out, because they can manipulate you. Your very natures are different. You are kind and compassionate, and a narcissist doesn't know what that means. The narcissists don't respect empaths. They look at empaths as people who have too many emotions, something that a narc doesn't know anything about. Also look for people with low self-esteem because these individuals generally will not stand up for themselves, and a narcissist can. They look for people who are dependent upon them or codependent because, again, this is someone who needs the narcissist, and they're not likely to push back or be assertive in their interactions with the narcissist. The narcissist looks for people who lack boundaries. That's why I did the episode number 2 in dealing with a narcissist by erecting strong boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, you are ideal for a narcissist because they don't respect boundaries with anyone. And so that would make you a prime target for a narcissist. They look for people pleasers. People pleasers are the ones who are not likely to say no. They are the ones who are not going to push back, but they're going to try to get along with everyone because they don't like conflict. And the narcissist will target that individual because he or she knows they will be able to get their way. They also look for people who are idealists. And that was me, a person who believes the best in others, and they look for the best in people. And those people are ideal for a narcissist because they want you and your thought process to make excuses for them and believe the best of them when they have no good intentions. The last type of person that some narcissists will look for, not all, is a person with financial stability. Some narcissists will exploit your finances, so you need to make sure that you have a great handle on your money and your assets. Now, some of these characteristics are good, and I am not suggesting that you need to get rid of being empathetic and compassionate, nor financial resources is a good thing. That's not something that I would say you need to get rid of or you need to get some therapy for. I would say that you need to be selective in the individuals that you demonstrate empathy and compassion with. It's not a characteristic trait that's bad. It just should not be shared with a narcissist. Now back to empaths and the superpowers that they imagine they have. I think empaths probably are the most delusional because they believe that they actually have these powers that the narcissist can't penetrate. Now, I love empaths. I happen to be one myself. However, if an empath is not emotionally and mentally healthy, a narcissist will exploit you and use you for all of the things that you find valuable. You see, a narc is not intimidated by your superpower. They actually find that challenging to break down and win. If you are an empath with a superpower, it is very important that you two be healthy mentally and emotionally, because if you are not, a narcissist will chew you up, spit you back up in his mouth, spit you out, and walk over you. They have no respect for empaths because they consider us people who are full of emotions, and that's just the type of individual they're looking for. Now, there were a few things that I did that I want to share with you, and I wrote them down, so I'm going to actually read them so that I don't miss any important point. The first thing that you want to do is you want to turn your hyper-focuses from the narcissist onto yourself. Most of us get out of those relationships, or when the narcissist decides to leave, most of us spend time thinking what we did wrong, what we could have done better, because most of us are so beaten down at this point that it's very easy for us to find fault with ourselves instead of being able to identify that the fault lied with the narcissist. So here are some important questions that I asked myself in order to start my healing journey. What put you on the narcissist radar? Identify that. I just listed a bunch of things that they look for. Go back and listen to them if you need to, but identify the specific traits that you had that put you on the narc's radar. You know mine. I was overly emotional, very empathetic, and the narcissist, my ex-narc, played on those things. You want to go back and identify what put you on the narc's radar. You also want to know what made you susceptible to his or her attention. Why did you fall for all of the love bombing? What was missing in you that made you susceptible to him or her? And the final question that I asked is, what can I do to never be on a narcissist's radar again? And what started my healing journey after answering these questions was I went into therapy. I am still in therapy. I will be in therapy for the rest of my life because I don't want another narcissist to come in and destroy my life in the manner that one did. And I've only had to deal with one because I have learned how to say no. And I say no and erect strong boundaries very fast if I feel I'm in the presence of a narcissist. So I don't struggle with that anymore. And I am wishing the same for you as well. As I promised at the end of this video, I was going to share with you the type of person that never gets on a narcissist's radar. And that is a person with healthy boundaries, someone they don't look at as a prey. That's the only type of individual a narcissist respect. they actually will respect the fact that you have boundaries. They will see that as healthy. They will respect the fact that you say no and don't let them get their way. They'll actually see that as healthy. Those are the type of people that they respect, and they never toy with them in any way. And that's important that you begin to be that way as well, so that you will stay off of the narcissist radar. It is very important that we become emotionally and mentally healthy. Let me know if you'd like a recommendation to a therapist. There are many that I have in my network that I'd be happy to share with you. And keep in mind, if you do need coaching, and that coaching is for a person who's likely gone through therapy, but they are needing some additional tools to work with. And I'm available to do that with you as well. Check the Calendin link, my Calendin link, which should be in the description. And be sure to book a complimentary appointment, and I'd be more than honored to help you progress on your journey to health and wholeness. And until then, until next time, hold everyone at levels that honor you. Thanks. Bye-bye.